You wake up on a random Tuesday, look in the mirror, and suddenly realize that the version of you from 5 years ago feels like a completely different person. Yet, those 5 years evaporated in what felt like a single continuous blink. We operate under this delusional psychological contract that we have an endless supply of time to finally start being happy, or finally start the project, or finally build the life we actually want. We push our real desires into this mythical territory called someday, treating the present moment like a cheap, disposable waiting room where we just have to endure the grind until the real show begins. But the truth you have to face before you waste another year is that there is no grand opening ceremony for your life. The clock is ticking in the background right now, and every time you tell yourself you'll change next season, you are literally trading a piece of your limited existence for a comfort zone that is actively keeping you numb. If you want to understand just how short this whole ride is, look at where your actual attention goes on a daily basis. We are currently living through a mass death of human time where we willingly trade our most sacred, non renewable asset for cheap dopamine loops designed by tech companies to monetize our boredom. You will spend 3 hours scrolling through short form videos of strangers living their lives, or get genuinely angry over a comment section argument with a bot, and then close the app, feeling this hollow, exhausted weight in your chest. You are essentially giving away the peak, vibrant years of your youth to a screen, watching the days bleed together into a indistinguishable gray blur. We act like we can always make up for the lost time later, but you can never buy back a single Tuesday evening. The absolute tragedy of the modern life isn't that it ends too soon, it's that we wait so long to actually start experiencing it because we are too distracted to notice it passing by. Let's do the actual terrifying math of human existence because numbers don't care about your procrastination. If you're incredibly lucky, you get about 80 summers on this planet. If you're already in your early 20s, a quarter of your entire book is already closed, and the chapters you have left are going to move twice as fast because of how the human brain processes time as we age. Think about your parents or the people who raised you. If they are in their late 50s and you only see them twice a year for the holidays, and they live for another 20 years, you don't have 20 years left with them, you have 40 days. 40 more times to sit across the table from them, hear their voice, and laugh at the same time on their old stories. When you look at your life through the lens of scarcity rather than infinity, the petty anxieties, the social awkwardness, and the fear of what people think of you completely melt away. You realize you don't have the luxury of time to waste on a bad mood, a toxic relationship, or a job that treats you like an optimized spreadsheet. The biggest trap we fall into is the rehearsal mentality, where we convince ourselves that we need to hit a specific checklist of milestones before we are allowed to enjoy the ride. You tell yourself that once you have the perfect bank account, the ideal relationship, or the impressive job title, then you will finally relax and be present. But that is a moving goalpost that you will chase until you're old. If you cannot find a way to taste your coffee, feel the sun on your face, and find genuine joy in a random unstructured Thursday afternoon right now in the middle of the mess, you won't do it when you're rich either. You will just be a wealthier person who still doesn't know how to live. The messy, uncertain, slightly chaotic phase you are in right now isn't the prelude of your life. It is your life, and it is the only one you are ever going to get. The realization that life is short shouldn't paralyze you with an existential crisis. It should act as the ultimate liberating superpower. It means the stakes are actually incredibly low, and the fear of failure is completely ridiculous. 500 years from now, nobody is going to remember the awkward speech you gave, the girl who rejected you, or the business idea that didn't work out. We are all temporary visitors on a rock flying through a void, which means the only real failure is refusing to play the game because you were too scared of looking stupid. Go have the uncomfortable conversation, take the creative risk, drop the friends who make you feel small, and start showing up for your own existence with some actual urgency. Stop holding your breath for a perfect future that doesn't exist. Step out of the waiting room and start living like a man who knows his time is running out.